When should a startup opt for venture capital funding? A question that stirs the minds of many entrepreneurs, isn't it? Dive in and unravel this mystery. Venture capital funding, a term often heard in the quarters of startups, can be a game changer. It can propel a startup to new heights, help it navigate through choppy waters, or even kickstart a stagnating venture, but it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. So, how does a startup know if it's the right time to opt for venture capital funding? Firstly, consider if the business model has scalability. Venture capitalists seek investments that can grow exponentially. A local mom-and-pop shop might not be the ideal candidate, while a tech startup with a global market might just be the ticket. Secondly, evaluate the startup's readiness to part with equity. Venture capital isn't a loan. It's a trade-off between capital and ownership. A startup must be comfortable with sharing control of its business. Thirdly, assess whether the startup has a solid business plan and a strong management team. The dream of exponential growth is not enough. Venture capitalists look for a well-thought-out business strategy and a competent team that can execute it. Fourthly, gauge the startup's need for mentorship. Venture capitalists often provide valuable guidance and networks. If a startup can benefit from this expertise, venture capital could be a good fit. Lastly, venture capital should be considered when traditional funding sources are not enough or not appropriate. When a startup's financial needs exceed what can be met by bootstrapping, loans, or angel investors, venture capital can fill the gap. In essence, venture capital funding should be considered when a startup has a scalable business model, is ready to trade equity for capital, has a robust business plan, and a strong management team, needs mentorship, and when traditional funding sources fall short. Venture capital can be a catalyst for growth, but it must be approached with a clear understanding of its implications and a readiness to meet the associated challenges. So before you knock on a venture capitalist's door, take a moment to reflect on these critical considerations. Remember, timing is everything, and knowing when to opt for venture capital could be the key to your startup's success. Venture capital isn't just about funding, it's about forging a partnership that can take your startup to the next level. Choose wisely, and may your startup's journey be a victorious one.